Hello, welcome to RT Magazine, a show about Middletown High School, its students, and the community. News about you and for you. I'm Lydia Vandry. In this week's show, Isabel Dominici tells us about our new assistant principal, and Jack Spiel and Spencer Mawazid give us an in-depth look into Spencer's quarantine hobby. This week's show is brought to you by
Shockley Honda, located across from Westview on Route 85.
If you've returned to school in one of the in-person cohorts, you've probably seen him in the halls, but you still might not know much about him. In our first segment, RT reporter Isabel Dominici profiles new assistant principal Eric Schwarzenegger.
Eric Schwarzenegger is a New York-born vice principal who has been transferred throughout schools multiple times before finally moving to Maryland in the summer and starting his work at Middletown High School.
I moved to Maryland this summer. After I graduated college in New York, I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. And the reason I moved down there is because I joined Teach for America, and I started teaching down there at a inner city school in Charlotte. I taught at that school for 6 years as a social studies teacher. I have a heart for high schoolers who aren't quite sure what they want to do once they leave, because I realize that that's okay. When I was in high school, I wanted to be a helicopter pilot in the Coast Guard, and that's rather specific, right? And so, my goal was to go to the Coast Guard Academy and really worked hard to get to that, but didn't achieve it for medical reasons. Whenever you apply to one of those military schools, they look for any reason to say no to you. And so I was kind of like, all right, well, what do I want to do? And I always had a love for history. So, I think I'll become a social studies teacher.
Schwarzenegger enjoys watching football and spending time with his family on his free time.
I've got two daughters, 12 and 9-year-olds, so spending time with them is really my number one priority if I'm not working. I'm a huge football fan. I like following the college game. I don't have a particular school that I root for, but I have a lot of former students who play college ball. And then I'm a huge New York Giants fan. Sorry, Washington fans. And so, spend some time watching some sports, spend some time with my daughters. That's kind of really where it falls.
Schwarzenegger is excited to learn about Middletown High School and how it works.
I'm just excited to get to learn about Middletown High School, about Frederick County. This is a big challenge for me, really stepping out of my comfort zone in terms of being in a place where I was well known and well respected, and not only among students and parents, but also other colleagues in the education field. And I'm coming into an environment where nobody knows who I am, and I just enjoy learning about this area, about how education works here in the county and in the state. I think I answered your question.
Over the spring quarantine, Spencer Mawazid embarked on an ambitious journey to recreate Middletown in Minecraft, a project that combined his passion for the game with a larger goal. RT reporter Jack Schmiel talks with Mawazid about how and why he took on this challenge.
Over the quarantine, MHS junior Spencer Mawazid took the time to build a one-to-one recreation of Middletown, Maryland in the popular video game Minecraft.
Well, I started back in April, and I've been working on it ever since.
Spencer has a very efficient way of being able to perfectly determine where buildings are in real life, which allows him to make his Minecraft version of Middletown look as close to reality as possible.
Well, I use Google Maps. There's this mod that I have for my Minecraft that lets me translate coordinates I can get from Google Maps onto the one-to-one generated map of the world that will teleport me to the precise location with the coordinates I get from Google.
Spencer was inspired by a YouTuber who had the goal of building the entire world in Minecraft on a one-to-one scale.
Well, I don't know. Back in it was March, there was this video on YouTube that blew up. It was from a YouTuber who wanted to make a one-to-one recreation of the entire world in Minecraft, and because this mod had just coming out that basically translates all of the world's elevation data onto Minecraft, so you could, have everything and build the world. So I this kind of struck me. I thought it was really cool, so
Yeah.
I wanted to join. And everybody was building in iconic places like New York City. It's probably the place with the most progress, but I wanted to build here in our hometown.
He also tells us how long this project has taken him so far and how tedious the process has been.
I'd say probably maybe 300 total just work hours on it since April so far. Yep, it's been just me. I've built in several other places like Las Vegas and Singapore, but this has been my project. So far, I've probably built maybe 20-25% of the town. I'm still working on it, but it'll be a while before I finish.
Building Middletown has taken a lot of time so far. It's taken Spencer about 300 total work hours to finish about 20-25% of the entire town. He has plans to finish the town completely in the future.
You've got to be curious by now. In today's RT Plus segment, Mawazid lets us see his incredible creation. Here's Mawazid's Minecraft version of Middletown, Maryland. That's it for this episode of RT Magazine, part of the Roundtable's multimedia experience. Thanks for watching. You can find all our episodes on mhsroundtable.com, or you can download our app, Student News Source, for access to our articles, videos, and podcasts. Have a great week.